Well, corn, when you ferment it and you turn it into a biopolymer, it really acts as a polymer would that comes from a fossil fuel.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Croke. I'm the Director of Communications and Marketing for Illinois Corn. And today I am joined by Mike Malloy, co founder of Aerterra. Mike, thanks for coming today.
Great to be here, Lindsay. Thank you.
Yeah, let's jump right in. For farmers who haven't heard of Aerterra before, can you explain to us what your company does and how corn is a part of your product?
Sure. Yeah. So our company is all about delivering clean air with renewable materials. So we make HVAC air filters for residential and commercial locations, and we make those using all natural materials that are renewable. And in this case, that comes from polylactic acid, which is a biopolymer that's derived from corn. And so that's really essential to the performance. It's essential to our sustainability impact. We feel really good about it being a homegrown American-made product.
So tell us in simple terms, why corn? Like, why does corn work for this application?
Well, corn, when you ferment it and you turn it into a biopolymer, it really acts as a polymer would that comes from a fossil fuel. So if you think about traditional filter materials that are polyester or maybe polypropylene or acrylic, these can be made into the same kinds of structural fibers. When they become that, then we can put those through traditional manufacturing processes to make filtration media that can deliver the same or better performance as those other materials without the life cycle carbon footprint that those other materials have.
Mike, I'm sorry to say that you're reminding me that I specialize in words and not in chemistry. And I'm so glad that there are people like you in the world. I appreciate that simple explanation.
Hey, I just repeated. I don't draw it up, Lindsay.
So talk to me about what you think. What about this should excite Illinois farmers? So this is a new use for corn. Like, talk to me about that.
Yeah, so Illinois farmers should be happy to have another, say, high volume, value added product that can come from corn. So it goes through several value added processes. So it starts as field corn, and it goes to a fermenting process. It's made into these biopolymers. From there, though, it goes through a fiberization process, which is another value adding manufacturing process. From there, it goes into a non-woven filter media manufacturing process. So where they make the fabrics, and that's another value add. From there, it goes through a nanofiber process, which also uses PLA, and from there, it gets turned into a filter. So all of those different steps are value adds to that commodity corn, and all of those can take place in small communities in rural America.
I love that. Like, we talk a lot with our congressmen or other influential people about building up rural communities and how many jobs agriculture supports. And this is like a really fabulous story. Thanks for sharing that with us.
Yeah, no, happy to.
And so, what is something that's maybe surprised you in this pathway? I'm curious about the pathway, the development of something like this, and what are some of the surprising twists and turns along the way?
Well, kind of like arriving at corn as our solution is probably the biggest surprise of all, So the way we got into this, so my co-founder, Curtis Firestone, has a business history in sustainable consumer products. My background is in filtration. So I've been in the filtration world for 25 plus years. When we started talking about this, we said, why can't we have this really essential product? Which contaminated indoor air quality is a major cause of illness, premature death, low productivity. It's really a problem, and it's getting worse. So these filters are really important, but the irony is that a lot of the materials that go into them are actually contributing to the problem. They're either fossil fuel derived, they're microfiberglass, they're biopersistent, they're hazardous. So we say, how do we get a renewable product? And so we started looking for what those answers would be, and so We didn't start out saying, what can we do with corn? We started out with this really kind of difficult problem. And we found the PLA, the corn product, as the one thing that really ticked all the boxes for us.
And so where are the air filters available? Like if folks want to buy them, what are the applications? Where do you get them?
Yeah, so right now we are on our own website. So we have e-commerce site at www.aerterra.com. That's AER hyphen TERRA.com. And we are working with some business to business partners on some pilot programs as well. But right now we're selling direct to consumer, and we feel like that's the best way to enter the market when we have sort of a values alignment kind of a community issue where we want to find the people who care about renewability. We want to find the people who care about air quality, and the people who care about rural America, and people who are corn enthusiasts as well. I mean, we don't want to go head to head with big box retailers to start this. We want to go out and find the people that care about the same things that we do.
I love that. That's such a great story. Is there anything else that you want to add before we kind of head into our next segment?
Um, just that, the rural America part of this is really important to me. And I grew up on a farm in Southwest Iowa, corn, soybeans, hogs, cattle, very traditional family farm, and as farm productivity has improved, as we all know, there's just fewer people required to do that. And yet these are still great places to live. They're great places to grow families and to, kind of nurture the next generation of citizens. And we want to be able to at least do a little bit to have some additional economic activity in those areas and to use, this incredible natural resource that we've got, in American agriculture.
I love that, Mike. You and I are going to have that in common growing up on a farm, as well as like so many of our listeners. So I'm sure that pulls at the heartstrings of everybody who's listening. We're going to pivot now to my favorite part, not to be corny, which is a very corny dad joke. You've already said you love dad jokes. Are you ready?
I'm an enthusiast. Let's go.
Okay. Why do Aerterra filters never gossip?
I don't know.
They just like to keep everything clean and transparent.
I love it. We're going to get that on the website.
Okay. Yeah, you
With
definitely.
your permission.
You keep that in your back pocket for
All right.
the people that want to buy these wonderful corn-based filters. Mike, thank you so much for joining us today. It's been really fun to chat with you.
Thank you, Lindsay. It's been great to be here.